Welcome back to another episode of Black Facts. Today we're going to talk about diabetes. I know y'all, we don't want to think about it, we don't want to talk about it, but we have to. We have to talk about diabetes. Type 1 diabetes occurs when the body can't produce insulin. Insulin is a hormone in our pancreas that breaks down carbohydrates into blood sugar or glucose for energy. Insulin therapy helps the pancreas to function normally. Many children suffer from type 1 diabetes, although it can affect people of any age or background. But the most common diabetes that I really want to focus on today is type 2 diabetes. It's the most common, like I said, and it's where our body is unable to process our internal insulin well enough to keep our blood sugars at normal levels. So something happens and then our body no longer, or our pancreas is no longer able to process our insulin so that we can keep our blood sugars at normal levels. And in the Black community, what do we all call diabetes? We don't call diabetes diabetes. We call it, oh, you got the sugar. So let's talk about how we can prevent from getting the sugar. And like I said, I'm going to focus on type 2 diabetes because that's the most prevalent in African American adults. So I don't know if you're aware, but 60% of African American adults are more likely than non-Hispanic whites, so basically white adults, to be diagnosed with diabetes. And that's not good. 60%, like we're not even 60% of the national population. So for us to be 60% more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes, that's not good. But there's hope. We have to know our risk factors so that we're not predisposed to type 2 diabetes. Are if you're overweight, not a good thing. A lot of us put on some COVID pounds, and unfortunately we're carrying a little extra pounds around our midsection. And that's putting us at risk. If you're older than 45, that's another risk factor. If one of your parents has had type 2 diabetes or has type 2 diabetes, you're at risk. If you're barely exercising, and that's a huge thing nowadays because a lot of us are working desk jobs. And if we're sitting for more than 8 hours a day and we're not getting up, stretching, getting any physical activity, or if we're driving into our day jobs, we're driving for 30 minutes to an hour, then we're sitting for another 8 hours, and then we're getting back in our cars and we're driving for another 30 minutes to an hour on the way home. And then most likely we're getting dinner, we're sitting, we're watching some TV, we're sitting. So that we're not getting a lot of physical activity in. So barely exercising is putting you at risk for getting diabetes. And also if you've been diagnosed with prediabetes. So once again, I'm going to go over the risk factors. 1, if you're overweight. 2, if you're older than 45. 3, if one or more of your parents has type 2 diabetes. 4, if you barely exercise. And 5, if you've already been diagnosed with prediabetes. So let's talk about ways we can prevent diabetes. So let's be honest. We already know how to prevent diabetes, but we must start applying the information we already know. I'm going to remind us all of ways that we can prevent diabetes. There's two main ways. 1, lose weight. Yeah, I said it. We got to lose weight. That's a key preventative measure. Those 10 to 15 extra pounds that we, put on during COVID or post-COVID, pre-COVID, we already had it on, so we added on a little bit more. We have to get that weight off. We have to get that weight off of us. And we can improve our chances of avoiding or even decreasing not having diabetes at all. 2, get moving. We've already talked about this, people. We've talked about it. We have to get moving, at least 30 minutes a day of physical activity. And you have to do it at least 5 times per week. So I'm going to have you all say it out loud with me. What do I do? What do I do? Yep, I walk because I commit to walking. So if nothing else, I'm getting my 30 minutes of walking in per day, or either I'm on my bike. That's my new thing, my Peloton. I'm on my bike. So we're getting those 30 minutes a day of physical activity in at least 5 times per week. And I know sometimes it's challenging. I try to do really well about doing it, being consistent again, and doing it in the morning, early in the morning, so my day doesn't get away from me and then I can't find the time. And if I'm really like, if I had a super fabulous week and I'm like, yes, I did it all 5 days, I may get in a couple of, extra stuff on the weekend. So that's kind of like my bonus thing where, I really feel like I'm on fire and I'm doing something amazing if I get some extra minutes in on the weekend. So, two things. Again, like I shared, we have to lose weight. Got to lose our weight, number one. And then again, number two, we have to get moving. Got to get up off that couch. Got to get moving. We have to. So now that we are aware of our risk factors and ways to prevent diabetes, what can we do? Well, I didn't say this before, but November is National Diabetes Month. So we want to observe it. We want to be aware of it. Now that you're aware, you know what to do. So join me in observing National Diabetes Month. How can we do this? Let's commit to a healthier lifestyle by examining our habits. There are a few more things that we can do. So, okay, this one's going to hurt me. First, we need to start by getting enough sleep. Yay. Okay. Are you getting enough sleep? Have a little truth moment. Y'all, I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling with getting the proper amount of sleep each night. But again, each time I'm recommitting myself to working on that. So I ask that you do the same. This may not be your struggle. I know it's my struggle. Because another thing, when we're fatigued, it causes us to have a resistance to the insulin in our body, and our body needs insulin. So we need to make sure that we're not overly tired to the point of exhaustion and fatigue, because that is causing a resistance to the insulin in our body. And then if you're tired during the day, guess what you're not going to do? You're not going to get up and move. Because I know when I'm tired, if I get out of bed and I'm still feeling like I really didn't get the sleep that I needed, I'm sluggish. I sit there and think about it. Do I want to go outside? Do I want to get on my Peloton? And the truth is, that's a no. I do not. So if I get more sleep, then I'm not going to be tired when I, start my day. I'm going to be more willing to get up, get moving, be active. And both of those things are going to be major things in helping me. And then another thing that we can do, I'll ask you this: are you staying hydrated? Now, this is something that I don't have a struggle with. And when I say staying hydrated, I'm not talking about drinking sugary beverage drinks like juices and soda. That is not keeping you hydrated. I'm talking about what? Mm-hmm. What is this? Water. I'm very good at getting my water intake. And I know some of you are like, oh, that's just not my thing. Drinking water is just, I can't do it. I can't do it. I have people in my life that we battle about that. I'm constantly, did you drink water today? Could you drink some water today? What? I need you to drink some water today. And they say, I just don't enjoy drinking water. It has no taste. I'm not motivated. I may be able to get 1 cup down, but then I can't get any more down because it's just bland. So what I do is I've been doing this for years. I love to put lemons in my water. And I know some people aren't, you're not like that type of person. You like more savory stuff. Add healthy things to your water, whatever is going to encourage and motivate you to drink more water. Like I said, any fruits, any like I said, mint. Mint is really nice to put in your water. So If you can add those little things that have a touch of flavor to your water that will encourage and motivate you to drink more water, I say do it. Do what you have to do. So, and you're probably wondering, well, why is it so important to keep making sure that we drink water? Because you have to stay hydrated. Your body needs to be hydrated, because if you're dehydrated, your body's not going to function well. So, one thing too that I've learned just recently, somebody introduced me to it, is apps. So, if you have a challenge drinking water, there's so many apps out here nowadays. Somebody showed me this little app where it's like you're watering a plant. And so, you put it on, you put your little app on there, how much water you're supposed to drink per day. And then that little app, it shows your little plant growing. It grows. And then if you're feeling dehydrated, or if your app is saying that you're dehydrated because there's been so many hours in the day and you haven't logged in or shown that you drink any water, then it will show your little plant, and your little plant will start wilting, and it will kind of look sad. So that's a fun app to use. One I particularly like, and again, no one is sponsoring me for anything, but I particularly like, it's called the Water Minder. And the reason why I like this app is because it kind of shows a picture of a body. And then the more water you drink, your little body fills up with water. I don't know. I'm a visual person. So that one I like. I like the little plant one too, but I really like the Water Minder app. So there are so many things that I shared about how we can prevent diabetes, what, are risk factors that are keeping us, or exposing us to be at risk for getting diabetes. So I would just encourage you, like, let's get more sleep. Let's drink more water so that we're staying hydrated. Let's get moving. We've talked about this. We have to get up off the couch. We have to get out of our chairs, and we have to get moving. Whatever you can do, if you want to commit to dancing, to, I always say Beyonce, because she kind of gets me, there's a song right now that I'm like, yeah, every time I hear it. But if if dancing is your thing, commit to dancing for 30 minutes. If walking is your thing, commit to walking for 30 minutes. If you just like to stretch, get on the floor and stretch or whatever, do that for 30 minutes. Just do something. Get your body in motion. Jumping jacks. Some people like to just do jumping jacks or even jump rope. Just do something. Commit to doing something to get yourself moving and active. I hope that our little talk about diabetes has been helpful. Please make sure to like, share, and leave a comment about the things you're doing to commit to living healthier. And please subscribe. You can join me on the next episode of Black Facts, and we can all learn the facts together. Take care, everyone. See you next time. Bye.